Hi there. Daily we are bombarded by the media with what the latest research and a new study is telling us about our health. But how do we really know what is true and what is simply hyped clickbait? So stay with me here today for a very short discussion on science, its methodologies, and what the latest research behind the sensationalized headlines is really telling us. How it is that we are actually a big part of the problem, and how it is that Time magazine actually published the headline, "Scientists say that smelling farts can help prevent cancer." My name is Dr. Daniel Keren. I am a chiropractor, and I say, when something sounds unbelievable or too good to be true, it's probably just that. All that right here, right now, on Everything is Health is Everything. And welcome back. Recall in previous episodes, I spoke about the importance of health philosophy and the absolute necessity of building a solid health philosophy. Now, in order to do so, you're going to need to answer a couple of questions. 1, what do I accept as truth? And 2, what level of scientific evidence is sufficient for me to accept something as truth? We all know that science is the intellectual and practical activity encompassing the systematic study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world through observation and experimentation. So how is it then, for instance, that when scientists in an obscure study examining mitochondrial function in cells that are distressed by disease, do we get the headline that I mentioned from Time magazine, or the Men's Health headline for the same study stating that experts explain why smelling your partner's farts will make you live longer? Or the headline from The Guardian, one of my personal favorites, "Silent, not deadly, how farts cure diseases." Now, in order to understand how this phenomenon can occur, we need to understand that there is science, and then there is science. Newsflash, not all scientific studies are equal in their validity, merit, and value. As with all endeavors that include the pursuit of value, hierarchies are a natural outcome. Science is a pursuit of value, and therefore we see that there is a hierarchy of evidence, which is a framework for ranking the strength of evidence obtained from scientific research. In this hierarchy, we can see that scientific studies are ranked from bottom to top according to their strength and validity. Now, I think it's important to say here that there are a number of proposed hierarchies, and there is no consensus to which one is the most accurate, but this one is a very commonly used hierarchy. Now, as you can see here, case reports and opinion papers, as well as letters, are ranked at the lowest level on the pyramid. Animal trials and in vitro laboratory cell studies are next. Then we get the cross-sectional study, which is a type of study which examines the prevalence of something within a population. Above that, we have case control studies, which is a type of observational study which compares groups based on some supposed causal attribute. And then there are cohort studies, which examine a cohort, or a group of people who all share a defining characteristic. And moving up the hierarchy, we get randomized controlled trials. And way up at the pinnacle of the hierarchy, we find the systematic reviews and the meta-analyses, which are much broader reviews and statistical analyses, which combine the results of multiple scientific studies. So, with all this scientific methodology going on, how do we make the leap to spending time in the Dutch oven in order to avoid cancer? Well, the headlines that we've been discussing are usually based on the lowest level of scientific research. These studies are often exploratory and preliminary in nature, and much more inquiry must be made before conclusions can be drawn. Nevertheless, this is how we get headlines linking flatulence to cancer, even though these two things are never explicitly mentioned in the original study. To be fair, the study does revolve around a compound called hydrogen sulfide, a gas produced by natural bodily functions that gives flatulence its unpleasant odor. But what is really driving this irresponsible pandering of sensationalized bullcrap masquerading as science? We love it. We eat it up. We click on it. We share it with our friends. What else are we going to talk about with our family and coworkers and friends? If not how something that is silent but not deadly can cure disease. So, the takeaway from today's episode, Get familiar with the hierarchy of evidence and perhaps even read a scientific paper sometime. I've included a link down below to a video with some excellent tips on how to approach reading a scientific paper as a layman. As your understanding grows, so will your ability to spot the BS among those studies that can actually hold value in creating health in your life. As your understanding grows, so will your ability to define and refine your health philosophy with true scientific findings. I want to thank you for watching this episode. Thanks for sharing, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate your comments and feedback down below. My name is Dr. Daniel Keren, and as always, I'm here reminding you to always remember to never forget that everything is health is everything. Have an amazing day.